Welcome back to Joel's Bowl. Today, we'll be making jackfruit drumsticks. This episode is part of my Veganuary special, 31 recipes for Veganuary. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. And as always, this recipe is posted down in the description, as well as being pinned in the comments. So we're gonna start off with a couple cans of young jackfruit. We're gonna drain them and let that soak in some water just to get the extra salt out. And then we're gonna remove the seeds from each of the pieces and cut away the harder core parts. And then we're gonna put that in a saucepan with about a cup of water, half a teaspoon of vegetable stock, a teaspoon of nutritional yeast, some pepper, a few drops of liquid smoke, and a pinch of tarragon. And we're gonna let that simmer for about 15 minutes. And then we're gonna take a third of a block of soft tofu, and we're gonna mix in 2 tablespoons of mung bean starch. This is so that the mixture binds and becomes nice and chewy. Mix that up. And then once the jackfruit has been simmering for about 15 minutes, we're gonna add in the tofu and starch mixture and just bring that to a quick boil. Let that thicken and remove it from the heat and set aside. For our bone, I'm gonna use these sugarcane swizzle sticks. I just picked this up at the local Asian market. Now, to make the drumsticks, we're gonna lay out some cellophane and place a small section of a sheet of bean curd paper. And on top of that, we're gonna place a handful of the jackfruit mixture, not too much. And we're gonna take our sugarcane stick and put that about halfway into the mixture. Then just wrap that up in the bean curd paper and use the cellophane to form a nice chicken drumstick shape. And we're just gonna finish making them one by one. And we're gonna pop that in the freezer for a couple hours just so that their shape solidifies. And then once those have been in the freezer a couple hours, we're gonna get our oven ready. We're gonna preheat our oven to 375 degrees, and we're gonna throw them in there for about half an hour. And to prepare our dipping sauce, we're gonna take a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and we're gonna throw in some ground pepper, and we're gonna add about 5 to 6 tablespoons of Frank's Red Hot to that. And we're gonna throw in a pinch of tarragon as well. Heat on the stove briefly, and then remove it from the heat. And once the timer goes off, those bad boys are ready to be devoured. Serve with the hot sauce and dig in. This recipe is inspired by Sauce Stash. If you haven't seen his content, definitely go ahead and check out his channel, linked in the description. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if that's something you're into, and share it around if you know anyone that might also appreciate this sort of content. Remember, in 2020, it's not difficult to make any dish vegan. Go vegan today, for yourself, for the animals, and for the entire earth. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.